right. Just telling you I'm back, Joshua and Kyoko, and I will ask Aiden to come out. Right. Okay, just a minute, to join the breakout room again. Okay, testing. Kyoko, I am back, and Joshua, I'm back. Yeah. Right, so Aiden, you're here also. Right? So Aiden, give me 5 minutes with Joshua and Kyoko just to update what's happening. I've left them for quite some time. Normally, you'll be doing your own questions, no? Normally in the waiting time, there is no waiting time. You'll just be doing questions that you already have usually. Right now, you don't have anything. So this is unfortunately you wait for 5 minutes. But usually, for example, Kyoko and Joshua, they have been waiting for us for 45 minutes. Are they waiting? No, they are doing stuff. Right?
Oh, but where do they get the questions from?
That's a simple answer because Kyoko, first of all, is year 4 and she already know what we are supposed to do. So she already have whatever she has to do. Right? In this case, it will be a 10-year series. Why is she doing 10-year series? Because we already discussed for a long time what's the plan, so to speak. We have plan one, right?
Oh,
Joshua, we already know that Joshua's physics class tends to give good questions and give them in advance. This one he give in advance for a topic which is supposed to be discussed after holiday. And not a lot of teachers do that, right? But I look at the question, hey, this is good, Joshua. So I always encourage Joshua, doing this question will make you stable in term 3, obviously. Now, you're not in that situation. Now, again, this is because they have been with me for quite some time. So we already know what's going on. For you, you wait for a while. But I'm telling you, that is not what it's supposed to be. We have to address that. That's not your problem. That's not your fault right now. Understand?
yeah, okay.
I'm just addressing Joshua. Joshua, are you stuck somewhere?
Yeah, I'm a bit stuck on this whole part, this whole thing.
Let me see the original question.
Yeah, sorry, the original one's right here.
Mhm. So Aiden, as you can tell, Joshua is having a very nice view of his paper, right?
Yeah,
Okay, and I'm gonna, for example, if I want to address this question, I'm gonna screenshot from the Zoom, right? And then I put it in the Jamboard, and then I can address him immediately. Okay, you understand what I'm saying?
yes.
Okay, so for your benefit, I am going to now share my screen so that you know what's going on. This is part of, keeping you up to speed, right? Okay, so I'm going to access Joshua's Jamboard. So Joshua, I'm going to your Jamboard, right?
Uh, sorry, which one are you gonna use? Is it the one that we are using last Wednesday?
You should give me a new one, something like
Oh, okay, all right. Sorry, let me give you a new
last
one.
one, right? The last one, okay? Right. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So Aiden, I'm just showing you all this so that you know, oh, that's just how we do things, right? Are you following right now through my screen sharing?
Yes.
So I just screenshotted from Joshua. I have his question now. And now Joshua is going to ask me what he wants. And how she's going to do that is to show me the question that he wants to ask, right? Okay, yeah. So Joshua, even though you might not understand this topic yet, but just have a feel right now, right? Okay, so what's your problem, Joshua? I've read the question already.
So it says like in part C, right? It says a point in tube Q with the same pressure as A. I just want to clarify this one. I think I got a bit um I'm a bit what do you call it? Unsure about this one. It should be at the bottom of the tube, right? So it should be like around here, right? Because
Your
that's the same height as A.
Yeah. When you say
Right.
same pressure, is usually of the same height, lah. Usually,
Okay.
correct. So you're
Um
comparing I guess you're comparing with the right point if that's what you want to do.
mm, mm, mm.
That's your question. Ah,
Um
correct. You're correct.
yeah.
Okay, so you're correct with C. Then
And
D.
then D, calculate the atmospheric pressure in pascals.
So where is the atmosphere? Oh no, the atmospheric pressure is standard, ma. Correct or not? Remember, it's one
Yeah, it's
atmosphere,
one eight. Yeah.
which wait. Okay, so sorry. Let me correct mine. Let me correct. He tells you implicitly that this is vacuum.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, the 1 atmosphere is no longer, sometimes we call it 76 centimeter Hg. It is now 75 according to the measurement in the question, meaning maybe we're at a higher elevation, so the
Okay. Yeah,
atmosphere
I
is
see.
changing. This is why when I read the question, I look, is this vacuum or not? Implicitly mentioned that it is vacuum, therefore this is the atmosphere.
Okay.
So it's not standard. I made a mistake just now, and I quickly realized it. Okay.
Okay.
Therefore,
So it's just 75. So this
0.75 times
times one, is it times?
13,600 lah. 13,600 loh. Right?
Wait, hold on.
Rho GH ma. Wait. Pressure is rho GH ma. Do you have the height? Yes. You have the GH. You have the rho. Yes. Done lah.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Okay. Can you answer E? Therefore,
I think this is like trailing, right? This is just like D to E to F.
Okay, what I was hoping you to say is that just to revise you on the topic here, right? So obviously the air is helping the 0.6 lah, because 0.6 is lower than 0.75. The air is helping. So obviously, therefore, the air is equivalent to 0.15 lah. Equivalent to 0.15 meters.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And that will be the pressure of air immediately, just using rho GH. Does that make some sense?
Okay.
Does that make sense? Right. If that makes sense, then you can do D and E rather easily, but that's because you understand, right?
Okay.
Give it a try then.
I'll try it. Yeah.
The F is slightly is a very rare detail. I wouldn't be worrying about F right now if you are still not sure about D and E. Okay. So you worry about D and E first.
Okay.
Right. Okay, give it a try. So Aiden, like that, we go through a problem that Joshua have, and this is a good thing because this is Joshua being ahead of class. The class is going to talk about this starting term 3. He's already almost done with the topic, so to speak. Obviously, this will give him a lot of stability in class, whether the teacher is good or bad.
Yeah.
In the case of Joshua's physics class is not, it's not the best, right, Joshua? It's not the best, right? It's worse than the chemistry class, correct?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
So obviously, by doing this, it will help, if not the physics class, then help the physics mark, whichever we can, right? But Joshua can do this because he has all the necessary questions. If you don't have, what do we do? Now that's our question mark, right? Obviously. But again, just to show you how a tuition usually works. Okay. So now look at Kyoko for a while. Kyoko is doing an A math, which is you must be familiar with. Those are the logarithm A math. Look at that. Can you see rather clearly what Kyoko is doing?
Yeah.
If you can see, I also can see. Right. So, okay, but Kyoko is practicing for O level already. Right? Kyoko is your senior. Kyoko is a Sec 4 student, right? So I'm going to ask Kyoko. Kyoko, are you stuck in this logarithm question? Looks complicated, isn't it? Wow.
I think I'm okay so far.
Okay. Now, I am happy that you're able to do this. I'm totally happy, but I have some protests for you. Remember, you're not supposed to do the question. You're supposed to read and analyze everything before doing. You don't mind that you want to do it, but you're not going to improve some problems with exam. Some problem your exam skill. Doing it is not going to help you fully.
Okay.
You're insisting on doing it. I insist that you read everything first and discuss everything that you don't understand. Do it first.
Okay.
Okay. Now, have you read everything else? Have you read anything else beside this logarithm question?
Yeah.
Okay. How far have you read? You should read in order, by the way. You should read in order, by the way. In your order.
Okay.
Do you
I
have?
skimmed through.
Mhm.
Um, there's this one question that I don't really know what to put under, like
Okay.
in the order.
Okay, now Kyoko, you haven't been using the handstand for handphone stand for quite some time. You can see that I cannot see it very well. Can you see that?
Huh?
Can you see it in your okay?
Uh,
Can you somehow can you see your video and see that it's not I cannot see it I cannot see it very well.
oh, okay.
Can you see that? If you want to see what it looks like, you can stand up and look at the look at the phone screen lah. Also, let me ask you, are you using the main camera or are you using the selfie camera?
The main one.
Okay, main one is good. Selfie is bad. Yeah. Okay. So, but that means the screen is up there, ma. Correct or not?
Yeah.
It means if you want to look at your own video, you have to stand up a bit. Now, look at that. It's not very nicely placed. Am I correct? I mean, it's
Wait, I can't see it. Hold on.
don't make it to lands. Don't like it. Don't make it. Make it landscape again. Make it landscape again.
Wait. I think if you share your screen, I can't see my video.
Oh, my mistake. I'm gonna stop my screen. Okay, now look at your video again. Okay, Joshua, if you're stuck, don't stop us, yeah? Go somewhere else. Now, Kyoko,
Oh.
obvious. Okay, right. Okay, so first of all, Kyoko, let me teach you, as in a long time, you can actually rotate your phone in a way that makes it not slanted. So, you know that you can do that. Yeah. No, don't rotate your book.
Oh.
Don't rotate your book. If you rotate your book, you will naturally go back to that position again. You will never solve the problem one. Instead, don't adjust your book, adjust the camera holder. Right? The holder has a jaw, right? The jaw is gripping your phone, correct or not?
Yeah.
The jaw can rotate one, Stop rotating your book. Stop rotating your book. Rotate the jaw.
Oh, okay.
You understand? The jaw can rotate very freely and give you a very nice view. Give me a very nice view. So please do that.
Okay.
See, something like that. See? Your camera is adjusting to you, not the other way around. I don't want you to do the other way.
Okay.
Of course, also zoom in a bit more. I need to zoom in a bit more. Cannot read too well right now. Okay, nice. Okay. Lastly, if it is possible, could you shift the camera a bit to the right? Okay, now it's slanted again. Make it not slanted. Slanted by rotating the jaw. Rotate the jaw. Now, rotate the jaw. Right. Okay. Nice. This is a nice position, but only if your writing position is also ideal. If not, you'll doing the book. Is this ideal for you?
Okay.
This is ideal for me lah. You understand me? This is how you should adjust the phone. That's why we have a phone stand, so that your writing will not be disturbed. Okay, good. Now I'm gonna copy this, right? Oh, you want to ask this one? Let me think for a while.
No, like I don't know what to put this under.
No, ignore this question for now. Trust me, you're gonna ignore this question for now. Good that you see. If you ask me, I can tell you things like that. Okay? I can tell you things like that.
Okay.
Ask me problems that you encounter during reading. Don't read very fast. You are not good that way, okay? Fix your reading problem by reading very well. Pay attention to the reading. Joshua, are you stuck?
Yeah, I am a bit stuck. Sorry, I was doing there's some practice papers my teacher gave me online as well, so I was doing it online.
So you're not waiting for me, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So tell you what, Joshua, we'll clear this question until E. We're gonna ignore F for a while, and then you and Aiden are gonna try a new topic for chemistry together.
Okay.
For half an hour. Okay.
Sure.
So Aiden, this will be your last time waiting, but you can see how the tuition is conducted. Yeah, normally. Yeah, that will be my expectation to you lah.
Yeah, I can see.
Okay. You have questions, it's good for you to ask lah, right? Now, Joshua, your part D, You can see, Aiden, I'm following Joshua's work rather easily. Can I see that? Okay, that's correct. Okay, so Joshua, your part D is correct. Now for part E,
I don't know what's the density
okay,
of the.
look at it from the left-hand side of the, of the thing. The left-hand cube is mercury. So it's 50 centimeter of mercury.
Oh, okay.
Which needs to be countered by the air in the queue. So what is your rho? It must be the guy you're countering. The air is countering the weight of the mercury. I should be using the rho of the mercury. I hope that makes sense.
All right, so we can compare it to like mercury then.
Because one more time, rho GH is not the pressure of air. It's a formula for pressure of liquid.
Oh, okay.
When we talk about pressure,
Right.
the pressure of air is countering the pressure of liquid.
Okay.
So which liquid? The
yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I got it.
Prepare a new piece of paper. Same with you, Aiden. We're going to do something in the Jamboard. Now, Kyoko, can I answer any question first?
I don't
very focus.
this question.
Yeah, this is not normal. It's not normal. For this last one, I'll just explain to you first. You treat it as something new. Okay? So z is something inside the logarithm, right? Let me show me the logarithm question. Yeah, so you look at that. So z is logarithm z, correct or not? You know that inside a logarithm there must not be negative, So that's what I mean by that's what they mean by the range of value of z. First thing first, the z must not be negative.
Okay.
Can it be 0? Also cannot, right? So z is bigger than 0, something like that.
Oh, okay.
As to why y must be like that, if y is not like that, z cannot be positive. We just check for one. If you don't understand, looks like we have to discuss this in depth, but it's not very normal. This question, we'll discuss it later. So if you encounter this in exam, the first thing you must do is must skip this part.
Oh, okay.
You're not gonna stuck yourself with this. That's not the goal here. Any other question?
No, not really.
Right. So you're doing this question without timing yourself, correct?
Yeah.
I only allow that one time. You're gonna do this question slowly without timing yourself. Okay. My purpose is very simple. I want you to see for yourself whether your reading is enough or not. If your reading is not enough, you will have a lot of trouble doing it. If your reading is enough, you will have less trouble doing it. So I will give you different measures. Okay. Please do this within the order that you like. Okay. Please continue. Okay. Now back to you, Joshua and Aiden. Now, Aiden, today I cannot follow your work, correct?
Yeah.
Whenever I want to see your work, I'm going to say, Aiden, take a picture. What does that mean? You're just going to use your phone, take a picture, send it to WhatsApp. Then I can follow your work. It's a compromise when you don't have, a phone stand like Joshua and Kyoko. You understand me?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, for you and Joshua, I'm going to share my screen. Let's share my screen. Right. So I'm going to use Aiden's Jamboard for now, but I'm going to share it with Joshua. Right. For now, we'll do it that way.
I have to use my phone stand or?
Sure. I mean, it's always good for me to follow what you're doing because I want to do certain things. Most of the time, you will be on the Jamboard, right? So, Aiden, you just pay attention to your to either the Zoom or your Jamboard. My Zoom is showing your Jamboard anyway, so that's up to you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna share this with Joshua because we're doing a combine. Combine is very rare Combine is very rare in school days, but it's quite normal in holiday. So Joshua, is this yours? Joshua MCP? Is that your email?
Yeah, that's mine.
Okay, so I'm going to share it with you. Yeah. Okay. Um, so this is Joshua, let me confirm that you have not covered the mole topic yet, right?
I finished it. Yeah.
Oh, you finished it.
Chapter 7, stoichiometry. I should have finished it. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. You went through that in exam, isn't it?
A bit, yeah, but like she finished it like I think like 2 weeks before.
Oh, goodness me. Your topic is very different from... No, Joshua, never mind. I forget that you have done that. But I remember correctly, like it's not part of the exam in a very big way, right?
It's a bit, but it's okay. I think I'm pretty solid with my
Right.
moles. It's a little bit, but I think I just need some reinforcement. So I think it's good to have
Bottom.
a bit more.
But right now, we're not doing reinforcement. We're doing from the start. So it'll be a
It's
waste.
okay. It's okay. I'll get my basic knowledge up again, I guess.
Okay, after 10 minutes, I'm going to ask you, this is wasting your time. You go back to your physics lab. Don't worry.
Okay.
We'll talk about other topic like, you haven't covered acid and base and solubility very well, right?
No, have not. We have not.
When that topic comes, I'll call you, don't worry. Okay, so again, 10
Okay.
minutes. Yeah? You look at this. If this is wasting your time, you go back to your physics. Now,
Sure.
Aiden, this will be new for you and very important. Now, okay, Joshua, you're the senior in the topic. So O2 plus C3H6. Nobody knows. None of you knows what C3H6, but this is whatever C3H6 combined with oxygen. Now, Joshua, tell me what will happen. Do you have any idea?
The result of the reaction.
Yep. Give you an idea. Plus.
CO2
Plus. If you burn something, this is general sense of chemistry. If you burn something, meaning that's combined with oxygen, you will get carbon dioxide and no.
Oh no.
Do you have any idea?
Methane.
Oh dear. Okay.
No, water.
Water. This is
Okay.
all new for you. So let's not concentrate on the water. I want you to concentrate on the number in front. Now, before Joshua, you will know what's going on here. So I'm just going to ask Aiden first. Right? Aiden, this is using your own logic and your own understanding. Don't care whether you feel you're good at chemistry or not. I don't care. You shouldn't care. Just use your logic. If this is 1 and this is 1, does it make sense to you or not?
Not really. No.
What makes sense to you then?
Because there's one C on this side, that side, this one should have 3 C's.
So this one you mean 3 lah.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Now for you, Joshua, you know why you concentrate with C first, right? Because that's the easy guy, correct? You don't concentrate on the oxygen because oxygen is the difficult guy. Now, Joshua, make a recommendation. Which one should we pay attention to next? C is done. Next will be H or O?
H.
Right. So let's pay attention to H. Again, I'm asking you, Aiden. Let's focus on the fact that there is a, H on the left-hand side and H on the right-hand side. Tell me, what is the reasonable number here?
3.
3. And I will agree with you. Joshua, you also think?
Yeah, 3.
Now, we only have one number. This is so simple math. If you think like that, I would definitely agree with you. What does this number, what should this number be? I'm waiting for, a recommendation from you both, Joshua and Aiden. What should this number be? Kyoko, are you okay so far? You're doing a CG question, right?
Mm.
How is it? Do you encounter any unforeseen problem?
Um,
Are you reading?
um,
Are you reading right now, or are you doing it right now?
reading.
Dear, you haven't read enough just now. Okay, good, good. Continue reading. Good. Continue reading, please. And you must ask questions lah based on your reading. Any questions based on your reading?
Not really.
Okay, go ahead then. Aiden, Joshua, new numbers.
Is it 9?
Okay, so Aiden say 9. Okay, Joshua, how about you?
9 as well.
9 also. Now let's
So
find out.
yeah.
Very simple one. Very simple, very simple. For the C, I have 3C on the left and I have 3C on the right. Finish lo? For H, I have 6H on the left and 6H on the right. Finish lo? Let's look at our O. O, I should start from the right-hand side. I have 3 times 2. I have 6 plus 3. I have 9 O on the left and on the right. Correct, Aiden and Joshua?
Yeah.
This number, therefore, should not be 9. It should be 9 over
5.
2 times 2. 9 over 2 should be the answer. Do you understand?
I'm not sure whether you can leave 9 over 2 as an answer like that.
Of course cannot. No, of course cannot. But 9 is totally wrong because there will be 18 now on the left. You understand?
Yeah.
Why is it 9 over 2 no okay, but also no problem? Because, you know, by math, everything times 2 lah. Finish what? Everything times 2. So 9, 2, 6, 6. Done. Simple math. Do you understand, Joshua and Aiden?
Yeah.
The
Mhm.
answer in your, you're saying yes, question, yes?
No question from me.
Your mind should be thinking 9 over 2. Don't be blocked. Mathematically, that's correct. Mathematically, chemically, we cannot accept that. But just everything times 2 lah. Finish. No? You understand? Don't be shy with fractions. It's mathematically correct. Just fix it very easily. Joshua and Aiden, do you understand?
Yes.
Now, for you, Aiden, this is called balancing the reaction. Now, balancing the reaction is extremely important. If the reaction is not balanced, whatever you do next is wrong. Now, why is this important? Because a lot of questions follow up from the balance reaction. If your balance is wrong, then everything else below wrong, lo, gone lo, or you. Okay, this is usually a first step thingy, not a last step thingy, not a middle step thingy. Okay, Joshua, any questions so far?
Really?
Okay, now let's start with another reaction, right? Start with another reaction. Okay. Okay, now start with another reaction. So I'll give you an acid-base reaction. Give me an acid, Aiden.
HCl.
HCl. Give me a more complicated acid.
H2SO4.
Wonderful. Right. Give me some sort of base, Aiden.
NaOH.
Okay, sure then. Joshua, let me confirm that you do not know what happened with this reaction. This is new to you, or this is you know.
Yeah. I mean, like, I know it's gonna neutralize, so it's gonna produce a salt and carbon dioxide. Is it?
This says no carbon dioxide.
No,
but water will be produced. Water neutralization.
Yeah, water. Yeah, sorry.
So, Aiden, tell us the salt if you know lah.
The salt is NaSO4.
Wrong. Na2SO4. Somebody tell me.
Na2SO4.
Yeah, somebody tell me why. Very important.
Because it is SO4 2 minus and Na plus, so the 2 minus will go to the N.
Very good. That's your Sec3 term 2. Very important. Your Sec3 term 2 is not so bad. Not so bad. Not really not so bad. Okay, this is in action right now. Okay, Joshua, it must be Na2SO4. This one, you are also strong. You know this. Okay. Wait, Joshua, if you're okay, you tell me immediately.
Okay, I'm okay.
Now, guys, I need you to work out the balance. What do you mean by the balance? The balance is the number in front. Okay, please notice one thing, guys. The balance is worked out after everything else is in place. Why? If we put NaSO4, which is wrong, and we balance, we will get a different answer. But that different answer is totally nonsense because the NaSO4 is wrong. It must be Na2SO4 based on our Sec3 understanding, Sec3 term 2 lah. Okay, one more time, Joshua and Aiden. The balancing is the last thing to be done, not the middle thing, not the first thing. Everything must be in place first.
Yeah.
Okay, now, Joshua, again, you're the senior here. Do we start with Na? Do we start with SO4? Do we start with O? Do we start with H? What do we start with?
H2?
H2. You want to start with H? Bad idea.
Actually, no. Na.
Bad idea. Right. Bad idea. Start with whatever is 1 on the left-hand side and 1 on the right-hand side. Obviously, that would be
SO4.
SO4 is fine, right? Okay, so SO4, Aiden, we are not going to separate the oxygen from the S. SO4, almost never separates. We treat them as one package. Can you? Package. So according to you, Joshua, the number will be?
One.
Yeah, one and one. It's a simple thing lah. 1 and 1. Okay. Now the next thing to do, Joshua, will be something easy. Choose something easy for us.
Na.
Good, because only 1 on the left hand side and 1 on the right hand side. The number will be
2.
2. Now, to you, Aiden, we shall not start with talking about hydrogen. That is just totally confusing ourselves. Do you know why?
I'm not sure why.
Because hydrogen is owned by 2 things on the left hand side. That is just asking for trouble.
I thought OH cannot separate one.
OH cannot separate until you realize OH will combine with H to become H2O. It's a problem. Do you see any OH here? No, ma. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I, however, see clearly SO4 and SO4. Then I can safely take it as something easy. Only one SO4 and only one SO4. Check. Do it first. Only one guy have sodium, one guy have sodium. Do it first. Okay. If you choose your order correctly, you have 3 numbers done. You're left with the last one. Your life is going to be easy. Joshua and Aiden, give me this number, please.
But there's an extra H on the left.
There's an extra H on the left. Now, whatever there is, there must be no extra H and there must be no extra O also. So,
It's 2,
the right,
2H2O.
right. I'm sorry?
2H2O.
2H2O, right? 2H2O, right? Any options from Joshua? Just waiting for you.
Yeah, it's the same for me.
2. And I will again disagree with you. It should be 3/2. You guys both are, come on.
Wait, isn't it 2 NaOH and then we got 2, so it's 4 H on that side, on the left side.
Let me check for a while. Is there anything wrong with the thing? Let me check.
Yeah, there is 4H and 2O on the left.
Oh, no, you're right. No, you're right. I'm wrong. I am currently wrong. I'm currently wrong. You are absolutely right. There should be 4 H's on the left, 4 H's on the right, 2 O's on the left, and 2 O's on the right. You are both correct. Do we need to do, do you need to correct for a fraction?
No.
Is this a final answer?
Well, let me check.
Is this a final answer, or is it, do you have to do something else?
If you need, I don't know whether you need to label like the AQSG and
oh, we have to, but that's not our focus right now. We do have to, but again, that's not our focus right now.
Yeah, it's final answer.
Okay, what do you think, Aiden?
The final answer, I think.
Yeah, I would think also too. Now, this is our first step in the mole chapter. This is called balancing. Balancing is simple math and proper strategy lah. proper order. You'll practice a lot, Aiden, once the time comes. No matter how good or bad the teacher, usually there will be a lot of balancing practice one. That is usually not the problem. I'm teaching you balancing right now because I need it for the mole chapter, right? Okay, so now we are now in deeper to the mole chapter. Before that, Kyoko, any problem so far? You have been flipping pages, huh? Are you okay?
No,
Okay,
not
no.
so much.
All right, all right. Good to know that you're reading, right? Are you comfortable with reading so far?
Mm,
Does
yeah,
it feel weird to read and not do?
yeah,
How weird is it for you?
quite, yeah.
Weird. But does it disturb you very much?
A bit.
Just a bit is nice, no problem, right? But please continue, yeah. I'm not torturing you here. I'm asking you to,
Mm,
which is I believe is good. Okay. Now back to the mole chapter, Aiden and Joshua. We have 10 more minutes. Let's see where we can go, right? Okay. So mole is very easy, yeah, very easy. I need 9 molecules and I need 2 molecules. Let me ask you something. If I have 10 molecules of oxygen, if I have 10 and I have 2 molecules of this C2H6, Joshua, what will happen?
There will be excess, I think, excess. Some extra,
Extra what?
um,
Extra what?
what was the extra?
Who's the extra here?
O2.
O2, right? Good. I'm a bit concerned with the speed lah for you because you have gone through this before.
Yeah.
The basics. Joshua and Aiden, this equation tells us something important. I will have 9 oxygen molecules, 2 C3H6 molecule, and I will give you 6 and 6. Let me just confirm something with you. If I have 9 and 2, can I produce 5 and 5? Is that even possible?
No.
No, Aiden, Joshua?
No.
I will be stuck with producing 6 and 6. Confirm one, huh? Confirm. Now, if I have 1 and 1, can I do anything?
Can do 1 and 1 again.
Yeah. And you think if I have 1 and 1, I will have 1 and 1 on the right hand side. Correct, Aiden?
Or you can have 2 and 0.
Sorry. If I have 1 CO2 and 1 C3H6, what will I have on the right hand side? What will I
1
produce?
and 1.
Will I produce anything? If there is anything to produce, what will it be?
Carbon dioxide, like you.
The answer is nothing will happen. Can you accept that, Josh? Can you accept that, Aiden? 1 oxygen molecule is not enough for 1 C3H6 molecule. Nothing will happen. Nothing, absolutely nothing. It's not enough for the whole package. The minimum package is 9 and 2. Nothing will happen whatsoever with 1 and 1. Can you accept that?
And that is a percentage, right? 9 and 2.
It is a percentage. I'll show you the percentage later. But if our world is just 1 molecule of oxygen and 1 molecule of this, it is not enough to make it happen. It is not enough. I cannot just take 1 C, combine it with O2 and make 1 CO2. I cannot do that. Why? Because I'm left with C2H6. C2H6 is not okay at all. It's not okay. I cannot just anyhow take this C and combine it with the oxygen. That's not how it works. Does that make some sense or not?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's hope it makes more sense as we go. Joshua, you okay with this? Are you okay with this or not?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
My mic a bit.
Yeah, a bit.
Okay, my fault. Sorry.
Now, if I have 8 oxygen and 2 C3H6, Will anything happen, Joshua?
No,
Why not? It's a very nice ratio, 8:2. Very nice one.
there's not enough oxygen. Oh, to react with the C3H6
Based on what?
based on the
9.
yeah
Mm.
9 and
Now, the shortcut for this 4 number is called the mole ratio. The mole ratio, right? Yeah, it must be 9266. Is that difficult to accept, Aiden? 8 and 2, nothing will happen.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see as we go. Hopefully, it'll make more and more sense. Now, I'm going to do something that is hopefully easier for us to understand. If now we have 10 and 2, what will happen now? 2 is used. 9 is used according to the mole ratio. I will produce 6 and 6, and I'm left with 1. This should make more sense, Eden. If I have 10 and 2 at the start, 9 and 2 will be gone, 6 and 6 will be produced, and I have 1 oxygen left, just flying around because it's not being used.
Yeah.
This one can accept, Can?
Yeah, this one is can.
Right. Now I go to the easier one first. 1, 2, 1, 2. If I have 6 and 3, what will happen? Okay, both of you, I give you the annotate function. So you go and annotate for me your answer here.
Do you
Okay?
mean 3 and 6?
I'm sorry?
Do you mean 3 and 6?
Oh, I also have 3 and 6. That's my question to you. If 6 and 3, what will happen? If 3 and 6, what will happen?
If it's 6 and 3, then there will only be
Answer using the annotation, right? So the annotation or the Jamboard is also fine. You can go to your Jamboard and answer. You can use annotation and answer. The left will be Joshua's answer and the right one will be Aiden's answer all the time. Okay. So answer it. Kyoko, are you okay so far?
Mm.
Okay. Still reading?
Mm.
Okay. Okay. Joshua and Aiden, needless to say, answer the easier one first, whichever you think is easier. Okay, Aiden is using the annotation, that's fine. Okay. Okay. Aiden, why did you? Okay, you're using okay.
I changed it.
Yeah, it's okay. Right. And you choose the easier one, both of you, and both your answer is correct. Okay, obviously. Now, how about the harder one? The one that is meant to confuse you. I intentionally do it that way. All right. Okay. Now, to answer your both of these are correct. We're going to close here, right? Okay. Now, Aiden's answer is correct if molecule can be divided by 2. If I can fraction a molecule, your answer is correct.
Oh, so it should be 3 and 6.
No, 3 and 6 is not the answer. No. The problem is this. I do not know what 3/2 molecule of N2SO4 mean. Can I actually have half a molecule of N2SO4, Na2SO4?
Oh, you can't.
Really have that?
Oh, you can't have half a molecule.
Of Na2SO4. If you have seen a molecule, is it actually possible to halve a molecule, so to speak?
No.
All right, no. For example, H2O looks like this. This is your H and this is your O. So that's your H2O. What does half a molecule of H2O look like? I'm not really sure that exists. You cannot really halve a molecule. So if you can have a molecule, Aiden, your answer is correct. If you cannot, then Joshua's answer is correct because unfortunately, we have to stay with 1 and 2. There's some restrictions going on. Okay, so this is not a mathematical problem. This is a chemistry problem. How come 3/2 is not correct? Something like that. Can you understand this, Aiden and Joshua?
Yeah.
Joshua, can you?
Yep.
However, the next time I meet you guys, I will discuss how come 3/2 and 3 will be a very likely answer in many other situations. Okay, in a situation where that is not halving a molecule. What is that kind of situation? We will look at it very, very soon, Aiden and Joshua. So our mole chapter today stops here, right? So, Aiden, are you okay with this new thing so far?
I think I'm okay so far.
Right. We'll go deeper because it's an important and big thing. Joshua, is this truly a revision that you need?
Yes. Yeah.
Really?
This is.
Really?
I mean, like, not really, but like, it's okay.
This is not used very much in the previous exam, really.
We were mainly doing it on stoichiometry, but like, I don't know. This is like, I mean,
This is helpful to you.
not really, not really. No,
Mm.
it was a good revision. I guess like a good, what is it like? Refresher to get back into school. But yeah,
Why not I call you when things are harder? Right.
okay.
That's the conclusion. But for now, we end first. But for now,
Mm.
okay. Joshua, I'll see you tomorrow. Aiden, I will see you later. Right, correct lah, later lah. Okay.
Yeah.
Today we're trying see whether it works for you or not. Okay, one slot in the afternoon, one slot in the evening. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, Joshua, I'll see you tomorrow, and Aiden, I will see you later. Right. Kyoko, stay with me a bit first, yeah.
Mm.
So Kyoko, okay. Would you first of all, would you zoom in a bit? Like your video is zooming out, so I cannot read very well. Okay, nice. Now, tell me the hardest question that you have read so far. Which one is the hardest one?
I think CG.
Okay, CG. Okay, so take your pencil, please. Take your pencil. Take your pencil and go to that question. The CG question is difficult. Wow, this is definitely worth attention.
Because I think CG has the most information.
We need to process that slowly, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so pencil, your pencil is with you, right?
Mm.
Right. I've been saying that it is difficult to understand, but because I don't see anything, I don't see any writing, right? I don't see any writing. So remember, I say don't do it, but it doesn't mean that you cannot write many things to help you understand, right? I don't see writing here. So sometimes I will think, hey, you have no writing, that means I can understand the question. Is that really true?
Not really.
Then let me give you an example. What I mean by reading and analyzing. Remember, reading and analyzing is preparing you to do it. Preparing you to do it in a good way, obviously. So this is me reading. This is just an example for you, right? So kite ABCD, AB equals BC, and AB equals to DC. I will immediately sketch the same length symbol on the picture. I will do that, and that's not considered doing what. That's considered helping me understand, ma? You are a visual person, so you can appreciate it. So AD equals to DC. Now, is that helpful or is that confusing?
Helps.
Good. Now, let me point out another thing. I'm very familiar with kite. I know that the diagonal of the kites are 90 degrees to each other. Do you know that?
Mm.
Okay, then I will also do that to remind me because usually 90 degrees are very important. Ma? Would you want to symbolize that for you? Okay, everything is 90 degrees. Is this helpful or is this a burden?
Helpful.
This is not doing at all. Do you understand? This is analyzing. This is one of the first few things that I believe everybody should do. In your case, I strongly believe so. Right? What else can we do to help us? Okay, this point 0.2 is there and B lies on the Y. Okay, that was obvious, right? Okay. Intersect at point P on the x-axis. For the on the x-axis, do you want to do something on that? 0, comma, question mark, right? Okay. If you can call this YP, by the way, do you want to call it YP? Does that help? YP is something that every examiner will understand. Does it bother you? Does it help you?
A bit
Okay. Sorry, bother or helps?
bother.
Okay, then don't do YP lah. Then don't do YP. But what bothers me more is the fact that you didn't realize that you did something wrong. That bothers me a lot. Look at your again. Okay. Now, it's up to you whether you want to leave it blank or not. This mistake is to be corrected is more important than the YP or in this case the XP lah. It does bother me that you don't spot the mistake. It does. Okay. That means this should be part of the reading. I mean, shouldn't this be part of the reading? You do this first, doesn't it help you later? Correct or not? Now, the length of AB is 4 units. It also disturbs me that you don't use that. Like, it very much disturb me that you don't use that. Yeah, that's all. That's all, really. In terms of analysis, that's fine. That's great. Okay. Again, in terms of analysis, is there nothing that you can say about B?
It's half of A. No, half of AB.
No, point B. Wait. You have no idea about B? No, really?
No.
Oh, your reading is not okay. It is a reading. There is no skill that can help you. This is really a reading issue. Okay. So what I'm supposed to do is to give you hints lah. At this point, you will feel stuck and stressed lah because I tell you that you have a reading problem. Okay. But that is the problem. No other practice is going to help you but a reading practice because you already have the skill. That might not make you feel better, lah, right? Okay, fine. Everything makes you stress if there's a problem. However, to me, it's a good news. You're only left with a reading problem. That's the only skill you need, right, to score a lot of marks in this question. I'm trying my best to give you hint without actually telling you how to do. Why would they give you length AB 4 unit? No idea?
No.
Okay, let's go through the basics of CG one more time, right? Okay, the basic of CG sounds like this lah. You have all the points, everything is very easy. You don't have point B, C, D, and P. That's why this question is hard. If they just give you point B, C, and D, and you do everything they ask you to do.
Mm.
So the basic thing about CG question is that you go find the points, your life is easy. That's the basic thing for us. To them, to make the question slightly harder, they cannot just give you the point, no? So they'll go a roundabout way of doing it. A roundabout. To us, we take their hints to take what they're telling it and then go and find the points. That's usually the easiest or the faster way to do it. It does not matter what they ask. Let me think for, well, let me put this very clearly, Kyoko. It doesn't matter that point one asks you to explain why BC is parallel to the x-axis. It doesn't really matter. What matters is you go find the points. Okay.
Mm.
If you have a point which is half known like P, you tell yourself it's half known. It's something comma 0, and you do it correctly because half a point is easier than I don't know anything about the point. Make sense, yeah?
Mm.
Same thing with point B. Same thing with point B. Is it half a point you know, or is it I really don't know anything about this point?
Half.
And you're not doing something to realize that half a point, you're waiting for me to ask you, please don't. Do declare the half that you know lah. Declare it. Right? So 0, comma, I totally agree with you. Why do they tell you 4? Why do they tell you 4? To help you find the point, right? Why else? Why else will they do that? You understand me?
Mm.
They want you to know the point. They cannot give you directly, so they have to, give you help lah. Or a unit is not helping you, really? This is no way already lah. Now, Kyoko, when did you start to realize it's 0, comma minus 2?
Just now.
Right. And why? I mean, I didn't tell you lah. I didn't tell you the answer is 0, comma minus 2, and it's definitely correct 0, comma minus 2. How come your brain suddenly clicks?
Because I thought that maybe one coordinate is one unit.
I'm sorry, what? One coordinate is, yeah lah, that's what unit means. That's always what unit means. No other meaning. The unit is the one space coordinate thingy lah, right? Always meant like that.
Mm.
This is an example of us discussing the question before you do it. You still have to go through the formalities of writing the steps. You understand, right?
Mm.
This, however, should be part of your analysis. This is not part of your doing. If you're doing this when you are trying to do it, it's already too late. When you read, you're supposed to figure this one all out. This is what it means by reading, not actually just reading the English. That's useless. When you read, you analyze the question. Understand me?
Mm.
So the first point you found is B. You don't really care about the order of the question. You don't really care what. B, that would be the best way. Now tell me, what's the next point that you can find?
C.
You already know, then just say lah. Just write down lah. Just write down for yourself lah, right? This is your reading ma. I already know the answer, right? Do you know or not? Right? Don't know how you find it. Don't know whether you're correct or not. But let's continue lah. What do I mean by continue is this? After A you find B. After B you find C. Okay. After C, which point can you find? Don't do the working. You know which point you can find.
P.
Now, you ask me. You are not allowed to ask me though. I cannot answer that question. If you think it's P, do you know why you think it's P?
Because you can't find D.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you can find B. Like, come on. I know that you cannot find D. I agree with that. But does that mean that you can find B? What makes you think that you can find B? How will you find B? Uh-oh. The CG is not in a good situation. Right? Okay, so again, aiming for P might be a good idea compared to aiming for D. I guess that one I agree with you. I mean, P is also half a point, ma. Seems like a good target, right?
Mm.
But you have no idea how to find P, really. Really, nothing comes to picture.
Midpoint?
Sorry, you're saying?
Midpoint?
You know the midpoint theorem?
Yeah.
Is P the midpoint of something? Whose midpoint is it?
Of AC?
Okay. Do you think you can apply the midpoint here? Is there enough information? No. Why are you unsure? What does this mean? Why are you unsure? Why are you stuck here? What do you want to do?
I don't know.
How can you be sure if midpoint is enough or not? Is it by doing it? Do you remember what the midpoint is? Can you write it down? Okay, now you tell yourself lah, you have written the midpoint. I think you remember it well. Do you have enough information?
Yes?
You're sure about this, right? I cannot
Mm.
answer for you. I cannot answer that for you. I can only ask you questions. I cannot
Yeah.
answer. Sure? So after you've written it down, you can think better. Nobody stops you from writing things down when you are analyzing the question. If you think you have to write down to confirm something, you write down and suddenly you know. Do you understand?
Mm.
This is part of your what we call reading and analyzing. You can write these things. This is not considered doing. You're analyzing how to do it without actually doing it. Okay?
Mm.
Will this be okay? Now you found P already. What do you want to find next? At this point, you're already doing a lot of the question. You are ignoring what the question is asking, but you are basically covering a lot of grounds. Right? Feels a bit good. If you're not feeling good, then just tell me. Just tell me. Come on.
Huh?
You have
Sorry?
a lot of grounds already, right?
Yeah.
By ignoring what the question asks. Right? It's okay for a while. It's okay to ignore the question. Now, let's look at the question for a while. For example, part 1. Explain why BC is parallel. Can you do that?
No.
Does it matter? I mean, it matters for 2 marks. Does it matter for the next question?
No.
As in, can you use BC parallel in the next question in case you need to, in case you need to, right? Because usually that's what the question do, right? If they ask you to do something on one, oh, explain why BC is parallel. Oh, this is a good sign that I will need to use it in part 2 or part 3. Correct or not?
Mm.
So you cannot explain why BC is parallel, but can you use it? Let's look at part two. Let's look at part two. Your reading skill is in need of improvement, really. So let's look at part two. What is part two?
Find the coordinates of C.
You're done, right?
Yeah.
Did you think you use part one in part two or not? Oh, I don't need part one.
No.
Yes, you need. How can you say it's 4 comma minus 2 if BC is not parallel to the x-axis? Doesn't parallel to the x-axis means the y-coordinate is the same? Right? Which is what you see lah. I'm guessing that you see that instead of thinking about it. That's fine. But you just use that. You did use that. Wait, Kyoko, are you confused or not?
No.
Very difficult to get you respond. I cannot keep asking this. Are you okay or not?
Yeah.
Right? So I'm telling you, part one you cannot do. In exam, your old Kyoko will be stuck here. You'll be very stressed that you cannot do part one. Correct or not? But right now, is there any reason why you should be stuck in part one?
No.
Let's go to part two lah. Do you understand me?
Mm.
Part of it is because you have read the question in a big picture and not just stuck step by step. Okay, that's another benefit that we look for in reading the question as a whole lah. Okay?
Mm.
Right, let's go to part three. What is part three? Okay, so they want you to find D lah, right?
Mm.
Let's go back to the picture lah. Don't look at this question here, it's useless, Let's go back to the picture, right? Let's go back to the picture. Oh yeah, he also want me to find D. Hey, you go through the trouble of thinking through B, C, and P lah. You think it's going to be useful?
Mm.
Right? So how do you plan to find D given the area?
Use all the coordinates. Then
And how do you use all the coordinates?
the shoelace.
Right. Do you still remember your shoelace?
No.
You're rusty with your shoelace. Let me revise with you your shoelace. Now, if you want to do your shoelace, if you think that's the method in your analysis, not in your doing, right? You're still analyzing, remember?
Mm.
You start doing even though you're not doing it. You start writing the shoelace on part three lah, right? This is O level, right? You have this paper. Oh, maybe shoelace. Okay, let me write something in part three regarding the shoelace, right? Do you remember anything you can write about the shoelace? You remember? Not here in part three. Part three. Come on, in part three. Unless you feel that you have to look at the picture, then it's good to do it here. Do you have to look at the picture while doing it?
Yeah.
Then it's a good idea to do it here. Then I agree with you. So let me see how you do your shoelace. What you're supposed to do is write the point first. A, B, C, whatever. Write the points that you want to shoelace first. The label of the points. A, B, C, then. And the shoelace must always go one full circle into the original point. Don't forget that. Right, A, B, C, D, A. Right, good. Now you can now write down the coordinate. Shoelace starts with the label, not the coordinates. Write down the coordinates. Now, you have trouble with XP and YP. Yeah? Now, at this time, I'll disagree with you. It is one of the most useful thing that teacher never teach. You don't know what to write for the coordinate of D, right? You just write down XD and YD. Is that really that confusing? Is it really that confusing?
No.
Tell me why is it confusing to write XD and YD?
Uh, I don't know.
Is it still confusing? Just give it a try. Write down XD, YD. I don't know XD and YD. No, write down on your shoelace. On shoelaces. Of course,
No.
okay, but you need it in the shoelace, right? Okay. Does it really feel that confusing to write them?
Not really.
Okay. I know your teacher haven't done it. If this is helpful for you, you do it lah. Let's practice right now. Okay. XD and YD. Right. So now you're ready to shoelace, even though you don't know XD and YD. Right? So do you still remember how to shoelace? Pull up, pull up. I want to see how you did. Pull up. Let me see your work. Right. So remember, every time you shoelace one, you're gonna write down the result. You don't shoelace everything and start writing down the result. Shoelace one. Yeah, that's one. And then oh dear, you really forget everything. Oh dear. Right. Okay, Rusty. Okay, look at the Jamboard. There is no shoelace in your homework, isn't it?
No.
Okay, look at your previous Jamboard, Kyoko. Are you looking at the Jamboard?
It's loading. Okay.
Okay. Shoelace one, right? Yes or no?
Which one? The main one.
I don't know. The new one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, you're there, yeah? Come on. Okay.
Mm.
First shoelace, what's the number?
2.
Oh, come on. I know shoelace doesn't make sense lah. Yeah. Okay. What do I write here? Yoko is times. I know it doesn't make sense. I know shoelace doesn't make sense. I don't know why people like it so much, right? So shoelace doesn't make sense. You have to memorize it. That's the whole problem with shoelace. You better memorize it. 0 times 2 is?
0.
0. 4 times 9 is 2 is?
-8.
1 times. Come on. This 1 times is? Come on.
-2xt.
Right. And then continue.
0. -0.
Right. Plus 0, minus 0, whatever. Right. And then minus, right? Minus the other shoelace. And
0.
And
-0.
And
-4 YD.
why is it -4? Why is it -4? Why is it -4? It's 4 times XD, right?
Yeah.
Does this make sense? No, you have to memorize, but it's not that complicated. 4 times XD plus 4 XD, okay? Did your teacher do it differently? I'm sorry, this is YD. I'm sorry, this is YD. Right? Did your teacher do it differently? Did your teacher do it differently?
I don't know.
What I say lah. Yeah, then remember what I say. It's just 4 times YD. Don't make it complicated. It's plus 4 YD. Okay? Right? Then the next shoelace.
2 XD.
Say plus 2 lah. Plus 2 XD. Right? Okay. Okay. Then everything is absoluted. Then equals to what?
Uh,
Now, Yoko, memorize how to do it. If you don't understand certain steps, just ask them, can you do this? It's a memory thingy.
mm,
Yoko, yes or no? Can you do it?
yeah, okay.
And don't look at the Jamboard and do it by yourself. Come on. Hey, the shoelace, don't forget. Don't forget the shoelaces. Okay, then continue. Absolute everything half equals to the area. How come? Don't know, but you better memorize this.
Mm,
Okay, so now at this point, you are still not doing it. You're analyzing what you need. Okay? Understand that? You're analyzing what you need. You're not doing things. Look at this step. Look at this step, yeah? Can you solve already or not?
maybe not,
Cannot. Why?
because there's two unknowns.
In one equation, a very good analysis. That is what I mean by analysis. So what can you do? What must you do?
Um,
I think Kyoko, at this point, it's very clear that the CG question is not easy.
mm,
So if you cannot do anything at this point, predict. I'm helping you a lot earlier. Okay. By right, if this is a normal tuition and this is a normal question, I will go all the way and help you. But you're very frustrating. You're very frustrating in a way that because I cannot help you, and you also cannot help yourself. In that sense, you're not good at handling difficult questions like in exam. That is part of what you want to learn. Now, let me go straight to you, Kyoko. There will be 2.5 questions every paper, which will be more difficult than usual.
mm,
You cannot predict which topic they make more difficult. You will only know when you analyze them. When you analyze them, you realize, this CG is more difficult than usual. Okay?
mm,
If this is more difficult than usual, okay, you're already ready for it. You know that there will be 2.5 questions that will be difficult. So for this difficult CG question, where I cannot help you right now, you just adjust your prediction. Okay, one more time. Your reading is useless or incomplete if you cannot predict your marks. Your reading is enough when you can predict your marks. You realize that this is a difficult question. What's wrong with predicting a lower mark than the usual CG? Because this is a difficult question. Okay? You understand what it means?
mm,
Now, predict your marks for this one. Because if I keep helping you, basically, you didn't do anything for this question already. Right? So now, learn how to settle a hard question by simply predicting a lower mark. Predict, please. Will you get anything for part 1? Will you get anything for part 1?
No.
Write 0. Write 0. Write it down. Right? That's how you settle it. Okay, I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. Simple, right? Part 2. Pick your marks. Be quick. Pick your marks by writing down what you expect to get. Okay, I cannot see your prediction. Your prediction. 1, is it? 1?
Yeah.
2 marks. Oh, come on, show me. Oh, goodness me. Yeah, 1 to 1. Yeah, this is you not using the phone for a long time. From now on, learn how to use it better. Yeah, you're very frustrating today. You're doing it today so that you can quickly adjust. Imagine this happening 1 month before O level. This is not 1 month before O level. Now let's predict the next mark. Let's put on. What do you think? Out of these 5 marks, how many marks will you get? Right, 3, 2. Right, good done. So for this hard question, you're gonna get 3 marks. What does this mean, Kyoko? It means that you're gonna spend just enough time for 3 marks instead of being stuck in it. You have a tendency to be stuck, right, Kyoko?
Mm.
That is extremely bad, and I am trying to correct that. Cooperate, Kyoko. Once you are stuck, you're very slow to do basically anything. All I'm asking you is get out of it. Get just enough marks for now and get out. Do you know why? Because the other questions will be easier.
Mm.
How can I be so sure? Because they only give 2.5 difficult questions. You cannot predict which topic. But you can predict if this topic is hard, then the rest will be easy. Just one more hard one, 1.5 lah, basically. You understand what I'm saying, Kyoko?
Mm.
Now, let's go back to the question after logarithm. Which one is the question after logarithm? The one that you're supposed to read after logarithm. After logarithm, you're supposed to read linear law, right? Okay. Now, you haven't predicted any marks yet. You haven't analyzed anything. You haven't written anything. Just from your initial sense, do you think this is an easy one or a hard one? Just to be aware.
Easy.
Right. Then, if you want to, analyze by writing something, you remember in CG, we write a lot of things to prepare ourselves, right? Okay.
Mm.
Consider doing that is part of analyzing. Okay, okay, is this enough? Okay, what am I supposed to do here? Maybe I do this after that. Not caring about the proper presentation. This is you working out the question. If you want to do that right now, do it, because I'm asking for your prediction on the marks. If you don't need to do anything, you are already certain you will get the 3 marks, then write it down and be done with it. Your reading is never complete without a proper prediction. If you don't know how to predict, you haven't done enough reading and analysis. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
Okay, please do something if you want to. A very quick sketch, a very quick rough here, do whatever you want and predict your marks for these 3 marks. Do you have linear law for the homework?
No.
Oh dear, you're very rusty here, isn't it?
Mm.
Okay, now write down for me, go through for me the hints. Go through for me the basics of linear law. Do you see any hints here? Do they tell you any hints? Yes, they do. They give you the t. That's not the hint. That's the function. The hint is what you plot. They tell you explicitly to plot ln v plus 3. Do you understand? Ln v plus 3. If they tell you ln v plus 3, that must be correct. So what do you do with ln v plus 3? First of all, you make the table. Create an additional table to declare your intention. Make the table directly below v. If not, you're wasting time. Below v, extend one row. Right. So ln v plus 3. Write down ln v plus 3 on the first one. Good. And then what do you do at this point? You will just press the calculator, right? Now, stop here for what? I'm not asking you to press the calculator. Do you know that you're supposed to do all this? Do you still remember?
Yeah.
Right. Then stuck lah. You know that you can do this already, right? Now, once you can do this, don't do it first lah. Once you know what you're supposed to do, actually stop doing it. This is very difficult for you. Follow me. Do you understand that you're supposed to do this? You understand that it is easy to do? Then your analysis is done. You stop doing it. Do it later. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay. So now you know what to do with ln v plus 3. Unfortunately, you forget one more thing. Ln v plus 3 is an excellent hint for what to do with the original function. You're supposed to do something to the original function also, not just the table. Are you ringing any bell? Am I ringing any bell?
Sorry?
Okay, write down the original function. Oh dear, you're very, very rusty. Now, ln v plus 3 is an excellent hint for the table and this function. Ringing any bell? Oh yeah. Now, you're supposed to have ln v plus 3 to this function also. Ringing any bell? Ln v plus 3 is your destination for this function. Ringing any bell? Right. Give yourself the ln. Give yourself the ln. That's your destination. So what happened to the right hand side? Because your left hand side is correct. That is the goal. Nothing else to do with the left hand side. How do I know? The question tells you. Now do something to the right hand side. Ln, with the ln thingy. What can you do with this ln? This is where your logarithm is in action. Remember, logarithm has connection with LL. This is now the time. The right hand side needs to apply the logarithm law. Oh dear, you make an look at your tell me e the power of what in your Jamboard? E to the power of what? I cannot read.
T over K.
E over what?
K.
Hey, is there a minus there?
No.
Right. You are wrong to say that this is T over K ln A E. Tell me why, or tell me why. You don't know that this is wrong. Tell me why this is wrong. Oh, you don't know. T over K is the power of the
E.
It is not the power of the A. Logarithm law, ln A plus it is lah. Which then you can do that. This is you are wrong in your logarithm. This one, however, is basic logarithm, so a little bit disappointed. Remember this, as in remember not to do this. This is very common in linear. You cannot get this wrong. If you get this wrong, everything else kaboom, even though it is easy. Okay? Now, you tell me, why do we do this? Why do we do this in the analysis stage? This is important to do. Important to realize. Do you know why?
Because it's for the new graph.
Now, drawing the graph doesn't need this. You're wrong, you know. Drawing the graph doesn't require you this at all. Drawing the graph does only require the table. Do you understand? Are you sure you understand?
Yeah.
Then why do we still have to do this? We still have to do that later lah, not for the graph, not for the plotting. Why?
Because the question will ask
Ask
for
what? Ask what? Ask for?
like the time or the speed. Then you need the equation to help.
Let's go straight to the point. Maybe you do remember it's big Y, big M, big C, big X. Okay, then can you see the big Y, big M, big X, big C?
No.
The question tells you, this is the part that you don't understand. The question actually tells you who is big Y and who is big X. If you have to think about it, you're wrong. Then you don't understand that the question is really trying to help you. The question tells you that big Y is ln V plus T. There is no other way.
Yeah.
Who is the big X?
T.
If they tell you that, which you're correct, then what is the big M and the big C? Uh-oh. Where do you find big M? Where do you find big M? Next to?
Ln E.
Oh, come on. Ln E is 1. Right? If you say M is 1, then you're wrong, right? M is next to X, right? So here's your X log, this is your big X log. Are you sure the one next to big X is ln E? I mean, ln E is beside X. Are you sure that's the only thing?
And the K.
It's not K. What is M?
1 over K.
1 over K. Thank you. That is the big M times 1, so it doesn't matter what the 1 is. M equals to 1 over K is the minimum analysis you do for linear law. Or you found the big M. Your life will be easy later. Who is big C? Who is big C?
Ln A.
Okay, ln A. Now, look at the next part of the question. Are you ready to do them? If your analysis done, do you know you can do it? Right? Is this a standard question? Is it a difficult question?
Standard.
Can you find it already, or do you need to do more analysis?
Can find it.
Okay, make a prediction for the marks law. That's how you close your analysis. Okay, I cannot see your prediction. Your prediction is, I cannot see your prediction. Your prediction is, yeah. Okay, 4. How come you predict 4?
Maybe I have careless mistake.
At O level, you better get 5, okay? Okay. At this point, maybe you will do careless mistake because you're very rusty. Now, part 3. Do you know what's going on? Do you need to analyze?
No.
You don't know what's going on. Are you going to analyze or
I know what's going on.
then can you predict your marks? Okay. Now, Kyoko, are we done? Oh, no, we're not done. We're not done. We still have one more, isn't it? Oh, sorry. Oh, we have a lot of part. Oh my goodness, right? Can you do you think you can do part 4 and 5?
Yeah.
Okay, then predict your marks lah. Predict your marks. If you already know what to do, you can predict your marks. You sure? Yeah. Yeah. Now, your analysis is enough when you can predict your marks. However, when it is hard and it is difficult to analyze, sometimes we just say, yeah, I'm going to predict a low number lah. It's going to happen in every question, just 2.5 questions.
Mm.
Do you understand what I'm saying, Kyoko?
Mm.
Now, this is you analyzing this question and you have declared to yourself, I'm going to get full mark -1. Basically, that is what you're saying, no? I think it is a reasonable prediction based on a reasonable analysis. It's just that you're a bit rusty, lah, right? A bit. You will be not rusty after the second try already. Now, this is an example of good analysis, both easy questions and difficult questions. Now, I want you to do this. This is already 2.5 hours. Finally, we are at the stage where this is good analysis. You do this for every question before you actually do it properly. Now, this is the last time you can protest. Protest if you want to. Protest, please. I'm asking you to do this. If you want to protest, protest right now. If you don't protest, then you do it first. If you want to protest, protest right now. You have to do this for every question before you do it. If you object right now. If you don't want to, say you don't want to.
Okay.
You will try, yeah?
Mm.
Obviously, you should stop now. Obviously, yeah? Obviously. I was hoping to talk to you about the schedule, for the extra schedule for the 1 hour. Now it's almost 2.5 hours. Now, can you do another one tomorrow? Same timing, but hopefully just 1.5 hour.
No.
Okay, then can you do it on Wednesday?
I'm not sure.
Okay,
Check, man.
right. How busy are you? What kind of events do you have? Let's just plan a timing that you can. Okay, Thursday 2 p.m.
I need to check.
Okay, check please.
Wednesday should be okay.
Right, Monday and Wednesday. That's the extra lah, plus the normal Wednesday night. Can?
Mm.
So next week also Monday and Wednesday though. Would that be okay?
Mm.
Our goal is to simply go through the analysis, the reading, which you are currently very slow. You need some guide, very rusty. That's why we do it. That is exactly why we do it. You're very frustrating. You're also very frustrated with yourself. You might even be angry with me, but that's why we need to do all this. Okay. once you do all this, and then you actually do the question, hopefully you will see the benefit lah. Every other student have seen the benefit. Hopefully you will also see the benefit lah. Now, you can stop doing this. You can choose to simply do this only when the tuition lah, for example, Wednesday 2 p.m. That's okay. Let's just go through this once so that you know how to deal with it.
Mm.
I won't ask you to continue this. If you want to, that's great. Okay? If not, we'll continue during Wednesday 2 p.m. analysis until every question is done. Okay.
Mm.
I'll see you on Wednesday 2 p.m. and don't forget the Wednesday night also have.
Mm.
Not a bad job, Kyoko. I'll see you when I see you.